What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So I was in my local Dollar Tree store here in Buffalo, New York recently, mostly looking for Hot Wheels cars. And I noticed that they had actually restocked the section that contains these minifigures that are made by Mattel. They're called Micro Collection. And they had in some new ones that I hadn't seen before, including this one, Wall-E, which is from the Pixar animated film. So I thought this looked really cool. And the one thing I immediately noticed was, in terms of the scale of this is something that might actually work pretty well with by other 1/18th scale action figures. And it does kind of fall in line with the sort of look for the kind of droids that you see in Star Wars. So, and I have back here some of my 1/18th scale Star Wars figures, so we can do some comparisons a little bit later in the video. So let's go ahead and get this thing open and take a look at the details up close. And I want to show you how this could actually work pretty well as a sort of background character that you could use for your Star Wars collection. So let's go ahead and get this open. Okay, so we got this figure out of the package now, and we can take a look at the details up close. So as you can see, they do have quite a bit of sculpted detail, not only on the front of the figure, but also on the back. Unfortunately, there isn't any articulation on this substantial. There is some flexibility with the head. You can actually move it around a little bit because it's in this sort of flexible plastic. So I wouldn't recommend doing that too much because there are parts of this that look kind of fragile that might actually break at some point. But the arms are kind of fixed in a particular pose, so you can't really move them too much either. Although it is possible you might be able to sort of dip this in boiling water and actually be able to kind of alter the position of the arms that way. But it's more or less non-articulated. But in terms of the detailing and everything on this, I think it looks pretty good overall in terms of actually capturing a lot of the detail of Wall-E as a character. So looks pretty cool, and I can show you by comparison to certain other action figures. So I can put him next to Mando, and you can see roughly how tall he stands. He comes not quite up to the midpoint of the Mandalorian figure, and I can show you next to C-3PO, so you can see where he stands there. And, in terms of the scale, I understand that Wall-E as a character is roughly 3 feet tall. So this is sort of in the range of where he should be. I think R2-D2 is slightly over 3 feet tall. So this may be a little undersized, by comparison to the other droids. But it's in roughly the right range. You can see next to these other astromech droids, how tall Wall-E actually stands. And you can see next to this Treadwell droid, it does kind of fall in line with something that could potentially exist in the same universe. You can see in terms of the overall aesthetics of, the head on both these figures. Yeah, kind of similar in some ways, but different. Yeah, I think if you're trying to add to your Star Wars collection and maybe even a little financially strapped to actually pick up a lot of extra droid figures, this was because it was sold at Dollar Tree, it was only $1.25. And even though it doesn't have a ton of articulation, the detailing and everything on it is quite good. And so I can see the potential here to actually do, some customizing, some weathering on this, and make it look like something that could exist in the universe of Star Wars. So that's pretty much all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like. And if you're interested in seeing more content like this in the future, think about subscribing to my channel because I will be covering more of this kind of stuff in future videos. Until next time, I hope you're having a great day, and thanks for watching.